Hi everyone, Canoopsy here, and in this video, we're going to be going back to the past. Back to 1984 when Apple's most iconic computer was released, as well as when Stranger Things in Season 2 takes place.
Oh, totally tubular.
So in this video, we're going to be taking the original Apple Macintosh from 1984 and making it the main centerpiece of our workspace, in a technology revisitation made possible by TELUS, the mobile carrier making the future friendly. Let's get started. This all starts with the computer, the Apple Macintosh from 1984, in this case the 512K, which gets its name from the amount of built-in RAM, which you can probably guess is 512 kilobytes. This computer in the 80s was pretty expensive for a lot of people at a price of $2,795 US, which is equivalent to $6,443 today. This was sort of the standard price for a PC back in the 80s, if not a bit cheaper, but the 512K actually had a trick up its sleeve compared to other PCs. It had a graphical user interface. Now, Apple didn't actually totally invent the whole graphical user interface for desktop computers, but made it incredibly popular and more approachable. The first main computer with a graphical user interface was the Xerox Star, however it actually cost a lot, it was totally niche and really nobody bought it.
The display screen shows your working environment. We call this the desktop. It is an electronic analog for an office. On the screens are small pictures or icons representing familiar office objects.
Apple didn't actually just steal the interface from the Star, but worked with Xerox directly to build its own software version, which we now know as macOS. The Macintosh's external design is undeniably iconic. It's an all-in-one computer that is very compact, it's portable with an actual handle up top, it's minimal, and carefully designed in many aspects. At the front, there's a real absence of pretty much anything except for the floppy disk drive, the Apple logo, and the display of course, which is a 9-inch black and white CRT with a resolution of 512 by 342 pixels. And the back, like today's Apple computers, is where you'll find pretty much everything else. There's the 5 total ports and the PRAM battery cover. Now, moving away from the computer itself, for peripherals, I'm using the stock Macintosh keyboard and mouse. The keyboard provides a very satisfying typing experience. And it's also hella thick too, especially compared to Apple's new Magic Keyboard. And for the trackball mouse, it has just one button up top, adding to the very minimal nature of this entire system. This all came at a time when using a mouse was sort of a foreign concept for a lot of consumers. Now, also with the system, I have my floppy disks, of course, and floppy disks with the Macintosh are used for both program access and file storage. This computer also came out at a time when email, cloud storage, and easy file transfers weren't totally easy, so we're dealing with printing and faxing a lot of stuff. So part of my setup, I also have the Apple Image Writer 2 printer. And this printer came out actually a year after the 512K was released, and used a process called dot matrix printing. Today we're familiar with laser or inkjet printers, and they're much more advanced and quieter and faster and just generally more reliable, but I actually prefer the design of this printer. It feels much more charming and personal, it just looks a whole lot better than today's printers. I also have a few other key desk essentials here too, like this highly adjustable, very flexible task lamp for working into the late hours of the night, and next to my computer, I keep this very minimal Braun clock. And even though it's missing a piece up top, I like the clean design and the Braun clock face. And essentially, that's my setup. I find it really amazing how our phones today are able to do so many advanced things that people many years ago were only able to do on expensive pieces of tech and multiple pieces of tech. We can call, we can text, we can play games, type out essays, and I did it during class once, and trust me, it's not really as bad as it sounds, edit videos, and do pretty much everything we can just think of to do on our phones. Our devices today are more advanced and more powerful than we could ever imagine. In all honesty, looking at old technology and comparing it to new technology is one of my favorite things to do as a technology YouTuber and just as a person in general. The incredibly rapid rate of advancement in technology is incredibly fascinating to me personally. So a huge thank you to mobile carrier TELUS for helping me find these products to make this video and for just always supporting my channel. Now here in Canada, TELUS is not only the largest and fastest network, but also a company that uses technology in many innovative and interesting ways to make the world a better place and the future a lot more friendly. And to learn more about all the amazing things they're doing, link down below in the description. And that's it. Like this video if you liked it, comment down below your thoughts on my workspace here with this Macintosh 512K, and I want to hear your thoughts about your first computer and what your first sort of serious workspace was like. Like this video, subscribe, and thank you for watching.